Kirby and I have been together for 9 years. We met when we were in college. I think that we had both separately been collectors our entire lives. I grew up collecting Detroit Tiger memorabilia and merchandise from The Simpsons.
I would get uncleaned Roman coins. And so you would get those, you'd get out your dental picks, your dental equipment, you'd clean those, and then you kind of put them in little display cases. I had this interest in ancient history, and ultimately I think trying to look at the past.
I would also note that Kirby and I actually both grew up collecting nutcrackers. So our parents would get us each a nutcracker every Christmas. That was something that bonded us early on, was that weird collection.
I'd say as we matured as collectors, and I'd just say generally adults, some of that pivoted to what can we celebrate that's currently being made.
I think the first piece of art that we bought was 2 prints by Al Hirschfeld. He was an illustrator who worked in New York. We probably bought those prints 8 years ago. It was a really enriching experience for us, and we really caught the bug. I think that for Kirby and I, we typically see pieces and have reactions to them and understand that we want those pieces more so than we understand where they're going to go in our house. And I think that that has led to the gallery style salon hang that we have now, is that we'll see a piece and we'll say, that's really incredible, I really love that, I need to have it, I have no idea where it's gonna go. We have, a gallery wall that faces us when we're going to sleep, and we have a gallery wall that faces us when we sit and watch TV. And you can look at these different pieces, and they'll change over time as you change. You'll notice different things, your relationship to them will change. We purchase everything for a reason, and they remind us of that time in our life. In some ways, I think that our house, we treat it like a museum where the things that we have are super considered. Everything in this apartment I could tell you about. I could tell you where we bought it, when we acquired it, everything about it. I think it makes coming home every day that much richer and that much more pleasant.
That's kind of an element where we get to be creative.
When people ask us about the works, we love to talk about the artists. We love to find out things about what they're up to, if they're having shows or collaborating with different people. I think for both of us, it's become a lot more personal when you own a work by somebody. In your own head, it turns you from somebody who's kind of passively watching what they're doing to really an advocate for them. We've been really excited about the new work we got from Paul. I think that his practice is really interesting to us and kind of speaks to really the core of what we love as collectors. He has so many elements of classical history, as well as kind of these nods to things that we grew up with, like 90s video games. On the one hand, we love supporting queer artists. Work that kind of references the queer experience is really interesting to us. And on the other hand, we just love to look at it.
I think what's most exciting about contemporary art is that it's created by artists who are living today, experiencing the world that we're experiencing. And so to be able to understand the viewpoint of someone else and really step into another person's shoes, I think is really illuminating for collectors. With each work that you're adding, you're building this community of artists within your home.
Kirby and I are definitely not artists ourselves, but it feels really exciting that we can participate in the world of artists in this small way. And I think that we also take our role really seriously as stewards of the work. We want to make sure that we're treating the works well and that we're giving them a good home, and that we hope most of these works will have lives much longer than ours, and we are merely kind of holding on to them for now and keeping them safe for now and enjoying them for now.
I think that collecting overall is a way to express yourself, and it's a way to share stories that you find exciting, whether they be current artists or moments in history. It's something that you can see, that you can hold, that allows you to say kind of who you are as an individual, what matters to you, what's important to you. You can experience someone else's viewpoint. You can participate in their practice, in their work, and then you get to live with those works. And so that reinforces who you are.
The one thing that I really love about living with art specifically is the quieter moments with it. So many other opportunities that you have to see art, if it's in a museum or at an art fair, you're surrounded by other people and it can be difficult just to focus. And then you're also seeing so much different work all at the same time that it really is hard to focus. And I think that living with art for people like us who are not artists is really the one experience to have a long-term relationship with a work. To see a work day in and day out is really something special, and to really get to analyze pieces of it and think about it more, I think that that is so special, and that's really the biggest thing that I've ever loved about living with art.